you click this, you know exactly what trend I just jumped aboard onto. I said I wasn't gonna. I swore up and down, nope, nope, nope. I'm not just gonna follow the crowd blindly on this one. I don't even know what I would buy one for. I don't know what I would use it for. And yet... apparently I'm a Bujoer now. Or will be. I haven't actually, like, opened it or anything yet. For those who don't know what a Bujo is, it's a bullet journal. It's been shortened to Bujo by people, I guess. My sister in particular, for over a solid year straight, has poked me with a stick. Jen, buy a bullet journal! We should Bujo together! It'd be so much fun! It'd be right up your alley! This is like the sort of thing you live for. This would be like your new favorite thing if you just buy one. And I was like, I don't really have a need for that, I don't think. I mean, what would I put it? You could put anything in it! That's the beauty of it! And I'm like, okay, let me stop you right there. Couldn't I do that with, like, a regular freaking notebook? Yeah, but Bujo, though. And for the longest time, I thought it was just her. And I was like, I mean, like, she has reasons to buy things like that. She's, like, a homeschooler of her kids, and she has 6 kids. And, like, she works church masses, plus she works from home, and she does meal plans, she does this, that, and the other. She has all sorts of shit that she needs to plan out and direct and this, that, and the other. For her, it makes 110% perfect sense that she would be all into this. I mean, she suckered me into one other one a couple years ago that I don't think I ever ended up using once, and I feel really stupid, A, because I paid as much for it as I did, and B, I just feel bad that I never used it. It was a nice journal, but, you know those happy planners? Yeah, definitely bought the biggest size they had of that. Never cracked the cover on it. That was for like a year or two ago. So, I mean, none of the dates line up. I suppose if I ignore the days of the week part of it, I could still use it if I wanted to. But it was one of those things where I think in my head, I thought I was going to use it for YouTube video planning. But I have a document on my laptop that I use for that. And I always end up changing it by the time the days roll around anyway. So, I mean, yeah, that kind of went out the window. So after I had blown over $30 on that thing that I literally never used, when she was poking me with a stick to do this, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, last time that she pulled me into one of these, we saw how that went for me. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold off, especially because I don't know what I would do with one of those. And she was like, that's okay. You could join all these Bujo groups on Facebook and just watch how other people use them. Like, maybe you'll get inspired and you'll want to, and we could just, like, do this together. It'd be so much fun. And, like, I mean, I don't want to rain on her parade, because her enthusiasm, it is catchy. And, I mean, every time she would give me this spiel, I would feel a certain pang of, it does sound fun. I have to admit, it does sound fun. But, now I think about the practicality of it again, and yeah, but what would I use it for? I mean, at least these don't have dates in them, so it could just sit on a shelf for ages and it not make a difference, at least with this, because there's no dates written in it, as long as I don't write dates in it. But, if I do, that's on me. But, for me to write dates in it, that would require me to use it, therefore, but, anyway, for the longest time, it was just her poking me with a stick. And then some of you guys in the comments on here was, oh my god, Jen, have you heard of Bujoing? I feel like that'd be right up your alley. And I was like, ah, crap, it's spreading. Okay, I'll look into it a little more, because by the time it spread over here, I was like, you know, maybe there is something to this. And then I started noticing, like, half the people I follow on Instagram all are Bujoers now. And I was like, okay, for real, it's catching on like fucking wildfire. Well, I guess I will continue to sit back and observe for right now, cautiously, before I throw money at this thing. And there's some crazy-ass expensive ones, they're all fancy and shit. Yeah, no, I refuse to do that. The original one I was gonna buy was literally just plain black. Just plain as shit. I showed it to my sister, she's like, "Oh, no, 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 no. You'll, like, literally never even look at that if you just get a plain black one. No, no. Here, same price, nice fun purple one for you. You would love it." I looked at it, I was like, you know, even just looking at the picture of it did make me smile, so crap. They have other colors too. They have my teal. Oh, now I'm going eeny, meeny, miny, mo between this and the teal. Part of me kind of wants to buy both of them. Look what you're doing. She's like, I know. You should buy them. And you should actually use them this time. And I was like, bite me. I mean, at least these, thank God. At least in this size. They make different sizes of them. At least in this size, is far cheaper than the Happy Planner was. This was only like $11, so that, okay, I can live with that. But there's some of them that are crazy ass expensive that are like as much as the Happy Planner, and I was like, yeah, no, no. I didn't realize at that point that they're different sizes though, so I mean, if I had realized that, maybe. I might have gotten a bigger one if I had realized that. Not necessarily more pages, but just bigger dimensions. But I mean, for a starter one, this isn't a bad size, I don't think. At least it'll be enough for me to just get my toes wet, try to see if this is something I even want to do. Because if I end up not even going all the way through this one, there is no point in buying a bigger one. But if I do end up enjoying it, one of two things will happen. One, I'll get a bigger one. Well, I suppose three things will happen. One, I'll get a bigger one. Two, I'll get a bunch of this size in different colors. Or three, both of the other two options. We've seen my work with sketchbooks. We've seen my work with notebooks. I have, like, literally stacks of them all over the place, and they get used. They do get used. Unlike the Happy Planner. But, yes, I'm still salty over wasting $30 on a thing I never used. And you'd think I would have known with that one. I bought a little small day planner about the same size as this thing a few years ago before that. Yeah, I never used that either. And I think I bought it for the same exact purpose and didn't use it either. You'd think I would have learned my lesson the first time. So I'm not making that mistake a third time. Fuck day planners. Apparently, I don't have enough in a day to justify putting down into, like, a legit day planner. So, but something like this, though, it doesn't have to be for planning. It can be, if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. People use these for all sorts of different things, apparently. Some people use them for tracking things, like a mood tracker, or, I don't know, a social media tracker. I'm on social media. I could track it. I have moods. I can track my moods. Yes, this is literally the stupid logic that went through my head while I was debating whether or not to buy one. You can do lists, you can do collections, although I will make a counter argument on the lists one, that a lot of those I could just as easily do in a regular notebook, and probably still will because I'm a stubborn little shit that way, unless I can think of a cutesy-ass way to draw it out, although, knowing me, I'll probably still just plain Jane do a list. But, there's things like that. There's daily affirmations you can track, which, again, you could do in a normal notebook, but Bujo, though. See, most people who do these have really nice, pretty handwriting. I don't. My handwriting is possibly the worst on the planet. Mine was bad enough to where all through school my teachers demanded that I type everything in an era where that was not generally a thing. Generally, everyone still handwrote everything. But my hand-eye coordination is so poor on that from 4th grade on, everything, literally everything, was typed. Even classroom work, they had like a little device for me that basically was a keyboard with a little LCD screen on it. I forget what the hell it's called, but it was some sort of Apple product. But regardless, I'm trying not to sneeze, sorry. Yeah, my handwriting looks like that of a child. A child with ADD who forgets what they're doing halfway through, and also has a fair deal of dyslexia, which I am slightly dyslexic, so that probably isn't helping matters either. But anyway, my handwriting is crappy, so if I do end up getting way into this, I'm probably not going to be making all those pretty flowery videos or spread updates on Instagram like most people do. Because here's the thing. Even with the doodle challenges I've done in the past, where there's like one day is a doodle, one day is a lettering thing, on the lettering days, I would always try to add in a doodle as well because my handwriting is so poor to where it just. What is the point? um, and then I would have to take a picture of the doodle before and after I added the words because I wanted proof that, this was cute before I added words on it, but the second I added words on it, now it looks like garbage. Every time. Every time. Story of my life. Both of my sisters have really pretty handwriting, and it just makes me die inside a little bit that I don't, but oh well, that's another story for another day. My brother and I basically have the same handwriting, and it's just funny because I had one teacher. I know, I'm all over the place this morning. I had one teacher in high school that was so adamant that without looking at names on papers, just by looking at handwriting alone, they could totally tell if this was written by a girl or a guy. I broke their theory, because apparently, according to them, I have boy handwriting. Isn't that cute? Yeah, that was insulting, but then again, that may have also sparked my short-lived phase where I thought maybe I was trans, but no, I am definitely not, so. That is also another story for another day, but, anyway, yeah, that. So, anyway, my handwriting is total crap, is basically where I was going with that, so I'm very hesitant. My handwriting is typically so bad, if I don't, sit there and painstakingly slowly write things out, I won't be able to read them, much less anyone else be able to read them when I go back to read it after I've written it. Sometimes as soon as I've even hit the end of the sentence, I try to read it back and, oh god, I have no idea what the hell I just wrote. So that's a thing. And you can't say it's for lack of practice, because even now, I still try to write things in notebooks. It's not like I'm not trying to practice it, it just, there's some block missing in my brain, or something doesn't connect correctly, I guess, to where just handwriting, not my thing, apparently. Thank God so many people have moved over to digital to where that's not the kiss of death that it once would have been, so. If I had been born in my parents' era, this would have been very bad for me, so I'm, on that level glad that I was born into the era that I was. But anyway, but yeah, that does make me hesitate a little bit as to just how into this I could really get, because a lot of the idea videos and Pinterest pins and this, that, and the other that I've seen kind of depend on you having nice handwriting, which I don't possess. So I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work out for me. But it definitely did lend itself towards my buying a smaller one, because in case this is just a big, fat, epic fail for me, I don't want it to be a bigger, fat, epic fail. But yes, this one in particular is by a brand called Scrivwell. I've never heard of them before. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. I don't know if they're good, bad, or otherwise, but that is a thing. It's an A5, which is a standard notebook size, by the way. I do recognize that for most sketchbooks and notebooks. It has 240 dotted inner pages. I kind of call bullshit. I think they're counting both the fronts and backs, because this is not 200 pages, guys. Expandable folder. That I have not seen. I'll have to open this up. 2 page markers. Oh. Okay, see, that is how much I have not looked at this before making this video. There are 2 there. I knew there was 1. I didn't realize there was 2. That's kind of cool. High quality 100 GSM paper. See, I'm so used to my sketchbooks that I'm used to, looking at paper by, the paper weight of, how many pounds. Not like a literal pounds book, but that's how art paper works, generally, but I guess for all other paper it's GSM, and this is what my sister has tried to tell me when I've talked about my sketchbook. She's like, yeah, but what's the GSM? I'm like, I don't fucking know, it's not listed on those. But apparently now I see why she asks, because it's on things like this. and an elastic enclosure band, which is no doubt this thing. And I've seen people like buy dollar store skinny headbands to use in place of these before on just regular notebooks. So I mean that is a thing you can also do, guys. You don't have to look for one that has one attached. Plus, you know, if it breaks, that's also a thing you can do. So let me open it. I want to see what it looks like. I have legit not opened this yet. I'm gonna take the little screw foil thing off though. Oh, okay. There you are. Alright. Why am I talking to it like a baby? I don't know. So it's like this nice, like, faux leather. Actually, maybe it's leather. I don't really know. I'm assuming it's faux leather for how cheap it was. But it's all textured. It feels like leather, so I mean, I'm a happy girl with that. But, it's kind of purpley, marbly. I like it. I do like it. Then we have a plain page. How many plain? Oh, just the one, I think. Yep. Except for that, it starts right into the dot grid. And that is what the whole thing is this dot grid thing. Oh, wait. Where are our little page markers? I want to see them. Here we are. Okay. Oh, they're silky. Okay, and they're both just hanging out in there. That's alright, they can sit there. And then, where's this folder? I want to see the folder. Oh. Oh! There it is! So it is. Well, that's cool. I guess I could keep some shit in there. I don't know what. I'm sure I'll find something. Well, for now... Oh, no, I twisted it. That was quick. I screwed that up already. Try that again. No. Okay. This is gonna take a learning curve, isn't it? This is the first one I've ever had that has the elastic band attached to it, so I'm just like, ooh, fancy. That's so lame that I've literally never had one that has that attached. But I've been thinking of doing that whole, like, life hack thing with the headbands for some of my sketchbooks because they are bulking up so much, which actually I love that they're doing that, but at the same time, just for practicality, I do need them to compress down a little bit for storage purposes. But yeah, that's pretty nice. But now the question becomes, what am I gonna do with it? Guys, give me some ideas. I'm still scouring Google. I'm scouring videos here and Instagram and Pinterest. There's loads of ideas, but I want to know if any of you guys are bullet journalers. What sort of things do you use yours for? And what do you think I should use mine for? Like, just different ideas of what I could put in mine? Like, even just random one-off pages. Anything. Because I'm still looking at this like, it's cool, but I still don't know what I'm gonna do with it. And that feels really lame to admit, but I mean, I want to join this bandwagon, but... And I guess I'm halfway there since I bought the thing, and I have loads and loads of pens and fine liners and all sorts of things, so I mean, I've already got that covered too. They weren't bought just for this, I already had those for my art, but they can definitely work in here too. But yeah, what do I put in it now? I know some people go the artistic route with it, some people are just practical. I'll probably be some blend of the two, but yeah, I don't know. Give me ideas. So, that is literally all this video was for, was to ask you guys your ideas on what you think I should put in mine, because I don't have a clue. So anyways, that's it for this one. I know, I probably just wasted your time, and you're probably really mad that I wasted 20 minutes. Sorry. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Are you a bullet journaler? Again, what do you use yours for? What should I use mine for? Let me know. Even if you're not one and you have ideas, let me know. Make sure you're following my social media accounts. They're all listed down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. So anyway, guys, till next time, bye-bye.